try to catch you off guard.
You very much do. It works.
Where's my button? Sorry. I love those buttons.
Yeah.
And they sound really good.
They do sound good. Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit. I'm kind of impressed. I need to get batteries for the other one. I took the batteries out. I just need to go back.
Are they like regular batteries or the weird round ones?
Round ones. And everything's so expensive nowadays. I just don't want to do
batteries.
it. Yeah. Fuck batteries.
Yeah. Fuck batteries.
Fuck batteries, man. Everything should just be everlasting like a gobstopper.
That's gotta go on a, like, school poster board. Motivational.
Be everlasting. Like a gobstopper.
That's just in Wonka's factory.
Yeah, that's just in Wonka's factory. That's fair.
That's funny.
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, I'm Thelma.
And I'm Shaggy.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Welcome to Stir the Pot.
Yeah.
So what's up? Anything you want to talk about today? I forgot to ask you that before we even started recording. Do you want to talk about anything today?
I don't think I have. There was this one story that I saw, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw, I was like, I gotta look into this. And it was like this woman was punishing her child and sat on him and ended up suffocating him to death. And I was talking, I was talking about that with someone, and they were like, oh, that happens all the time. And I was like, wait. 1 second. Let's backtrack real fast. How often
does this happen? Well, I think maybe they meant like with like this is not funny, but like when parents co-sleep and they roll over and suffocate.
I don't know.
But like actually, I just imagine like, Bobby, you sit right there. I'm gonna sit down right now. You don't move. Wait, where's the button?
But, like, yeah, he ended up, like, killing her child doing this, and I was just like, I need to look into this, because it was just a post I saw, so I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. We got Google for a reason. Hold on a second. It's from Indiana.
Ah.
Sure did. Sits on him for acting bad.
That's wild.
That's so fucking wild.
Yeah.
It was in Valpo. That's where I grew up. Apparently, she sat on him for 5 minutes, and when he stopped moving, she said, "Are you faking?" That gives me the ick.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mention any names because, innocent until proven guilty, but, like, okay.
And that makes me wonder if this was, like, their usual punishment, or, like... That's really fucked up.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw that I was like, I just was on my mind.
I don't know when it happened because I see like 3 reports of when it happened. So, but either way, so that happened. Happy World Day. It's a good world to live. It's a beautiful day in the world today. It's a beautiful day in the world. I'm sorry. Let me get my shit together. Couple things I want to talk about. One kind of relates to what you're talking about. Okay. But I didn't want to tell you about, so I'm going to talk about the other one first. The first one we're going to talk about is hashtag free Luigi. So Luigi.
We need like a little breaking news bulletin sound effect. Beep, 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 beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep, beep, beep.
Your daily Luigi report.
Your weekly Luigi report. So, big news for his lawyers. So his lawyers from New York and Pennsylvania have teamed up. And 2 big things are happening with him. One, unless they've got body cam footage, which has yet to be released, and everything's been released with this case, he wasn't read his rights. So in turn, being the true crime gurus that we are, that means everything that they found on him at the McDonald's is not admissible in court. And any evidence that came from the stuff that was found on him at the McDonald's is not admissible. Yeah. So that's a big blow.
Yeah.
2... his lawyers are fighting to get the word manifesto thrown out. So, like, it's not a manifesto. It's a journal of, like, what he was going through. And they want to remove that because they feel like that tarnishes it.
Fair. I do like the word manifesto, though.
Me too.
It's got some pizzazz
I know,
to
it's got a little bit of spark.
Yeah.
But those are the 2 big Luigi updates. I'll try to keep everybody posted on what's going on. There was also a riot in Luigi and Diddy's, like, prison area.
Oh.
I don't know any details about it, but they were like on lockdown for like 48 hours. But like everybody's fine now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyways, the second thing I want to talk about. Have you heard about the shit on Ukrainian TikTok?
No.
Ukrainian witch talk.
That makes me so happy. Because for the record, today's episode is going to be about Polish folklore.
Right.
So it ties in perfectly.
So
Ukrainian witches in general don't make me happy.
Right. But so on the witch talk, they are taking a photo of a certain person. I don't want to include that, just so you know. In case we get flagged. And they're performing, like, rituals on it, burying it, placing it underneath a cross, like, doing some crazy shit.
Interesting.
And it makes me so happy. So that's what's happening with Ukrainian witch talk.
There are so many little subsides of TikTok, and it's so fun.
I know, and I'm Ukrainian, so I get a lot of Ukrainian videos, and like that kind of popped up, and I was like, wait a second. And then I saw somebody talking about it and how it's all over that section of TikTok, and I was like, oh, damn. All right. Okay, well. Proud to be a Ukrainian. Okay, so now I didn't even look at these yet. Okay. I'm just picking the first one. Would you rather awaken to find your arm has been transmuted into an alien appendage that has a mind of its own, never doing what you will it to do?
Okay.
So kind of like a liar, liar, the pen is blue.
Yeah.
Right. Or your own dominant hand mysteriously turned against you, acting out each of your darkest passing thoughts. So it's basically, would you rather have an alien appendage doing it or your own hand?
I'll have an alien appendage do it. Because then it's kind of not my fault.
Yeah.
It's
if it's
the
my
aliens.
own hand, then like they could like it could come back to me.
Yeah. Like, I wonder though, like, in my head, my arm is like changing into like a tentacle or something. And it's like it's not just a hand
I don't
anymore.
like the word appendage.
No.
So I'm thinking that I'm going to have an arm replaced with a penis. And so,
I mean, if that's the way it works out for you. I don't know what kind of aliens we're going for.
And really, like, all it does is, like, if I get... Never mind. I'm going to stop here. That one was kind of lame. I'm going to do another one. I didn't like that one. Okay, let me flip to another page. Okay. Here, this one has, like, a big thing on it.
Okay.
Would you rather get bitten by a tick that causes irreversible allergies to your favorite foods? I don't like that.
No.
Or risk getting a tick bite that causes neurological damage that eventually has you convinced that you're a duck for the rest of your life? What the fuck?
Those are not on the same plane at all.
Not at all. Can I say neither? Like, both of those suck.
I feel like would you rathers are usually like something kind of similar.
Yeah.
And the only thing similar there is that there's a tick. They were like...
And like a magical tick. One that turns you into a duck and one that has you allergic to your favorite food. Wait, there's a fun fact. Oh, fun fact. If you were bitten by the Lone Star tick, This is important to the question. If you were bitten by the Lone Star tick, you could develop alpha gal? Not alpha male. Alpha gal. Which can...
It's 2025. Get with it.
Get woke. And that's what it says. Alpha gal, right?
Oh, it does. It's like hyphenated out, too.
Yeah, like it says alpha gal. But that is, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's what it says. But that can cause you to become allergic to red meat and dairy milk.
Oh.
So that is why the ticks, I don't understand the tick that has the neurological.
To be a duck. That was so good.
Thank you. It's the only noise I can make. Or I could do the... Anyways, let's get the
You made that sound like such a natural thing. Of like, I can do this sound, and I've never heard anybody do that before.
The Donald Duck?
No.
You've never heard any... I don't even do I can't say anything. I can just make the noise. Like, some people can, like, actually talk like that.
Okay.
And I can't.
That's fun. You got...
Mine just sounds like he's angry and
Ducks
cussing.
better watch out.
Yeah. I'm a cum. You don't need no... What is that stupid show that was on forever with the beards? That they made the duck calls.
Oh, yeah. I want to say, like, Duck Hunter.
No.
It was
Weird
not.
beard guys. Weird beard guys show?
You just start, like, a little YouTube channel that's like, I'm gonna take them down, and you're just making one duck sound.
Duck Dynasty!
Yeah, there we go.
Watch out, Duck Dynasty. You about to be Fuck Dynasty.
Honestly, 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
And the research that went into that real quick makes it an 11. Beautiful.
Breathe. Okay. So
I know,
anyways,
we haven't even started.
I know, I did smoke before you got here because,
Yeah.
you know. So today I smoked out of a Swisher grape. I'm doing the reef report, by the way. That's where I'm at. It's a sativa hybrid out of a Swisher grape, and it's the Tropicana Cherry. If you see us at the end of the episode, we'll do the reefer review.
Ooh.
I changed it up. See?
A little, I'm trying to say a word.
No.
Oh.
That's I don't know where it's at.
Little freestyle on
Thank
it.
you.
There we go.
I tried to do some DJ action.
Yeah.
Somebody told me they liked my lipstick today. Speaking of lip tattoos,
Nice.
that made me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today we have Polish folklore
Mm-hmm.
and all of their little spirits and demons. And there are so many.
Tell me about
Like
it.
there
Because you're Polish and I'm Polish.
Yeah, so I don't know how I randomly started looking this up, but I was like, this is important to me. And I've
It
learned
is.
so many things.
Yeah.
So,
I know about the Baba Yaga. I have a Baba Yaga tattoo.
yeah, so we're going to start with that one.
'Kay.
Because she's common,
Yeah.
you know, and then we're going to get into some of the other ones and, like, some demons and some ghosties. And as I was looking into all of these, like, I know every place is haunted a little bit, to a certain degree. History. Haunts, ghost.
Yeah.
But every, like, little rabbit hole I was going down about specifically Polish and, like, all of that kind of thing, I was like, I need to just go there now and, like, explore
Yeah.
all these little places. I was like, can we just take a trip together?
I would love to take a trip to Poland.
Yeah, like, I've kind of always wanted to go
Me too,
anyways.
yeah.
And then the more that they were like, this is, like, really haunted and this is haunted and, like, every corner you turn, ghost. And I was like, I need to go now. Like,
Yeah.
this is something that has
I'm
to
down.
happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I feel like Poland would be very haunted in my
Yeah.
brain. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not quite as, like, Transylvania, Romania.
right,
like,
right.
that feels like...
Yeah.
But I feel like Poland would be up there.
Yeah, they do have a lot of vampires, which
Yeah.
we're gonna get into. So we're gonna start with the Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Yep.
Also, just before I get into any of this, my pronunciation will not be good. I'm gonna butcher most of these.
Oh my gosh. I think you're gonna do fine.
We'll see.
We're both a little Polish, so we've got this.
Yeah, we
figure
can we
this
can
out.
sound them out together.
Yeah, we'll get this together.
All right, so the Baba Yaga, she's one of the most popular figures, and she's really big in fairy tales, because she's a little big little trickster,
Oh.
and she has a strong link to spiritual nature. So her kind of thing is she's gonna steal, cook, and eat her victims, or join death on his travels to collect souls. And I just think, like, what a, like, multi-talented queen.
Yeah,
Like,
right? You can cook, you can,
yeah.
you can cook, you can clean. Let me tell you, I got this ring. Gobble me soul. Yes, I can rap that
Yes.
song.
It's 2025, people.
Yeah, come on.
But I found out about her house, and that she lives in a house that stands on chicken legs.
Yeah.
And that it just spins constantly and has a fence around it with human skulls. And that she has sisters. And I don't know what her sisters are up to, but apparently she lives with 2 to 3 sisters, and they're just there.
Oh, good.
And she can either fly around in an iron kettle or on a mortar that she drives with the pestle.
Oh.
And I just thought, like, so fun.
Oh my god, so what is a mortar and a pestle?
You know, like that little, like, it grinds spices, like the little bowl with the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, she's in the mortar, and she's driving it with the pestle.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like Atari.
Yeah.
That's
really cute.
That's really cute. Yay, Baba.
Yeah, and I guess her house, since it's on the little chicken legs, it can also chase you. And
I hate that.
Yeah, and so the way that you can, like, have her leave you alone is to say the magical phrase, turn your back to the forest and your front to me, and then she'll stop chasing you.
How do you say that in Polish?
I have no idea.
Turn your back to the forest and turn your front to me. I gotta write this down.
So then, since she's really big in fairy tales, I found, like, a little snippet from, like, the European version of Cinderella, and essentially she, like, has this girl do, like, these, you know, errands, chores, whatever for her, because the girl wanted to get light, and she ended up helping her by giving her providing her with a skull that shines light from its eyes. So she's, like, giving back to people in addition to all of this.
I would be so honored if I got that. That would be, like, the coolest thing ever. I would have it displayed everywhere.
Like, she didn't eat me. She gave me a really cool skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people really like to seek out her wisdom, but you can't ask her too many questions. You have to treat her with respect. And there are also, like, some versions of her story that depict her as, like, a Mother Nature figure. So you also have to just, like, be nice to nature, otherwise she'll come for you.
Yeah.
So maybe do learn that in Polish if you're, like, being really mean to nature.
Yeah. Turn your back to the forest and your front to me. Got it.
Yeah.
See? I'm gonna get, see?
Yeah.
But those chicken... Did you ever see the movie Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
No.
It's weird, but at one point, there's a witch, and she makes all the clothes start moving.
Okay.
To be a fake army to, like, attack somebody. It's fucking weird. And it's just basically these clothes that they clearly have a human in them, so they're, like, human shaped.
Gotcha.
And they're just moving.
But they don't have, like, heads or anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Terrifying. But that's what the legs make me think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And,
why.
like, the little chicken legs just supporting a whole house.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah. I imagine them as, like, big chicken legs.
Oh, I imagine them as tiny little, like, normal-sized chicken legs.
I just imagine them as, like, a huge, like, house-sized chicken leg. Isn't so
Amazing.
interesting interpretation?
Yeah.
Now I'm picturing, like, a million little chicken legs.
Yeah. Your version is giving very, like, Iron Giant. Like,
Yeah, that's why it's so fucking terrifying. Like, see those chicken legs? It's like a T-Rex.
Yeah. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's terrifying.
A million little... Would you rather be chased by two giant chicken legs or a million tiny ones?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to this question. But I think I've been asked this before in this podcast. And I don't know why I think that, but I think that might have happened. I'm going to say... What are you going to say? I'm going to say the two big ones.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the two big ones.
Because that's two enemies to get out. And just because they're big doesn't mean they're not stupid. I can handle a stupid big chicken.
Also, if they're big, I feel like it's not just going to be you versus chicken legs. It's going to be like someone else is going to get involved and be like, what's going on here? A million ones, you're just facing off by yourself like a weirdo in the forest.
Nowadays, they would just get their phone out and start recording you.
Yeah, and then the government would be like, phew.
Yeah. Chicken legs.
Yeah.
So, chicken legs that can feed America. Let's not.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Baba Yaga. She doesn't. I didn't give her too much time. Mm-hmm. These are all kind of going to be like tiny snippets, but they're just little facts that I found interesting about them.
Oh, awesome, amazing.
So the next one that we have is, I think it's pronounced Kikimora.
Okay.
And it's kind of tied to the Baba Yaga.
Okay.
Because they have, like, they're kind of little demons that cause mischief. And so these are female house spirits, and they can slip in through your little keyholes, and they come into your house.
This is so cute.
And they are depicted as women that have chicken beaks, duck bills, dog...
chickens?
So many of the things that I found are either vampires or have some sort of chicken and bird thing.
Is there one with mixed? Don't tell me.
There is actually. There's like, we're going to talk about her.
She's got a beak?
She's like an owl vampire.
An owlpire. A vampire. Vampire. Why is that?
But like so many birds and vampires in Poland. Like, it was kind of interesting.
Weird birds.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like every single one of these too, I was like, I want to know more, and I want to know, like, because folklore and stuff, it comes from like something that happened that people couldn't explain or something. So I'm like, what was the real story? Someone tell me, and then there's just dead ends.
Yeah, there's just dead ends of chicken feet.
Yeah, but so if she doesn't have like a chicken beak, she has a dog snout, or there's some other like animal face body part tied to her. So
I hate this.
Yeah.
Kind of like I'm picturing like Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck slips through your keyhole.
Yeah.
And it's just there. But so these spirits were believed to be created so that women would be kept diligent when it comes to housework. Because problems in the house are attributed to these spirits, and they act out if the home isn't in order. So if you're keeping your house nice and tidy, they are going to help you with the housework, but if you're being lazy, they're going to cause trouble. And so the trouble that they cause is night terrors, missing items, strange noises around the house, or unexplained death of healthy women and children. 0 to 100.
Unexplained death?
Yeah.
This sounds like depression, actually. I hate to tell you. That's exactly what that sounds like.
Yeah.
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 Wow, that's sexist as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're, like, also telling this story to, like, kids of, like, you have to be quiet and go to bed because they don't like noises, so they're gonna come and give you a nightmare kind of thing.
They're gonna come and kill you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
they might give you a nightmare, they might kill you.
Yeah.
You willing to gamble? I wouldn't be.
Another would you rather?
Another would you rather? And these kids are looking at them terrified. Then they can't sleep because they're so terrified.
Yeah.
And that's what causes, remember, what was the other thing? It says sleeping issues?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. It all comes together.
It's depression.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, we can explain this in women.
Mm-hmm.
Demon.
Yeah, we can't explain this hysteria.
Yeah. And so the way to get rid of these guys was by either reversing your bad behavior and being really good about cleaning your house and respecting their presence. You can, like, bribe them a little bit.
With what?
I don't know. I don't know what they would like.
Dead children? Your firstborn? Here. You keep my house clean forever? Fair trade?
Like, I wonder if it depends on, like, what animal feature that they have, like, for what you're bribing them with, or if it's just kind of, I don't know.
What would that matter?
Well, like, I don't know, maybe, like, maybe the spirits that have chicken beaks, like, seeds, and the dog ones like chicken. I don't know.
Now you've got cannibalistic Kikimoras. Damn, this is escalating.
If I get 2 Kikimoras in the house, and one's a chicken and one's a dog, maybe this will sort itself out.
Just make sure you leave it real messy so you piss them both off. And
Yeah.
if your spouse asks about it, just be like, it has to be messy. I gotta piss off the Kikimoras and see who wins. It's a battle of wits. Okay?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen any day now. The house just keeps getting messier and messier.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're a hoarder. They're about to fight. They're right there. They're about to fight, man. We can't do this.
Kikimora.
Cannibal
Yeah.
hoarding cannibal Kikimoras.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's those guys.
Okay.
So go
Don't
ahead.
know who I like better yet.
Yeah,
They both
I don't
sound
know.
rough.
Like the Baba Yaga is more like big threat kind of guy.
What? The Kikimora.
Well, like, you're not gonna meet the Baba Yaga in your home because you're not cleaning. Kikimora can come for you whenever.
Yeah. And the other one's got big chicken feet of a house that could chase you.
Right, yeah. I wonder if the Baba Yaga's house ever gets haunted by the little Kikimora.
Oh, talk about a fucking mess.
Right.
Like, that just sounds like a disaster. I feel like the Baba Yaga, I feel like with chicken feet for legs, I don't feel like that house is very clean.
No.
Is it moving that much? I feel like those houses that have like the train station above them,
Yeah,
where everything's just shaking the whole time. But
Maybe she can't hang pictures.
Pictures of her kids, little Kikimoras.
Yeah.
Their little beaks, because
Yeah.
she's got the legs.
Aww.
See,
Aww.
so cute.
Big family portrait.
with her sisters that we don't know anything about.
I don't know what her sisters were about. I tried looking into it, and they were just like, she has sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you consider the house alive? Would it be, like, included in the family portrait? I would include it in the family portrait.
I would include it in the family portrait.
Yeah, it'd be like a pet.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Anyways. Yeah. So the next section of ghost and folklore that I have, this gets into, like, how so many of them have, like, a background with tragic death to explain their spirits. So a lot of it is, like, random death, and they were like, well, we have spirits here. So the first one that we have, Latovitz. Yeah.
Okay.
I could be butchering it. It's close, at least.
No, yeah.
It's the Polish word for kite.
Okay.
Fun story.
Okay.
Not a fun story, but the fun fact that it's the Polish word for kite.
Yeah, not a fun story. Okay.
So this is the soul of a stillborn or aborted child.
Oh, name lots of it? Name kite? No, it's about a kite.
Well, like that's
about a kid. Okay.
That's the name of the spirits. That's like spirit, and this is who it applies to, and they're kind of what they're about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
So normally it's children who died, or if it's like the other like option here was someone who died suddenly, specifically like hanged criminals, which I think is just like such a.
Babies are hanged criminals. They go from one extreme to the next, it seems like.
They really do.
They go from,
And this one goes to another extreme, too.
Here we go.
Okay, so we'll get there in a second. So it's the Polish word for kite, and typically they're depicted as birds. More birds. More going
what
on
kind
there.
Of bird?
A blackbird. But they can shapeshift to be birds that have a baby face.
I hate everything about that.
Or the human with the wings.
I really hate that.
Yeah, it's gross.
No. I just imagine like a baby's face with like a crow's like a Gerber baby face with
yeah.
I hate that.
Not a fan.
Nah.
I do like the little human with wings. Like that's Angel. That's so sweet. So maybe maybe it depends on what they do, because they do different things. Okay. So if they are a demon, since they're birds, they go with the wind, and they can do major harm, like causing big lightning strikes that cause fires. So maybe that's the one that's like with the baby face. And then if they're doing good, which you can also bribe them to do good for you.
How can you bribe them?
I don't know.
Why can you bribe everybody here? Why is everybody bought? That's my next question. Being Polish, I relate, but like, why is everybody bought?
You can buy everybody.
Okay.
But if they're a good spirit, they supply air to windmills and can also be helpful house spirits. So, after a while, though, because of the influence that Christianity had in Poland, this kind of shifted. So it started as, like, stillborns. Then it shifted to unbaptized children that would become these spirits.
Oh, no.
And then later, it got connected to having, like, restless behavior. And restless behavior became demonized. And so these spirits are actually over-sexualized demons. And girls are warned to not go out alone on a stormy, windy night, because this spirit's going to come and try to lure them to a sin of impurity. So now, it started out as kite and child and
quickly.
Hanged criminals, and now it's like a synonym for a promiscuous woman. So if you get called this, they can be calling you kind of like slutty. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn! What the fuck? With a baby face?
It shifted. So it's,
What's it now gonna have a hose face on it instead?
It's got a little alien appendage.
Ew, no.
Yeah.
I just thought of like a crow with the... We're just gonna keep going here. Appendage is the wrong word. There's really there's certain words that like can't be used in regular conversation.
Yeah.
I respect it. Another one is penetration. Like, I'm so sorry, don't say that in public. Like, just I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
with us smut readers, appendage, penetration. There's a lot of other ones. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Like, right? We're children at heart. Anyways, back to the appendage.
Yeah. Okay, so our next one that also has like a tragic death tie to it
Yay!
is the Rusalka.
What is it?
Rusalka.
Rusalka.
So this is a female spirit.
Why they're all females?
There's a lot of girlies.
Yeah, I'm down.
The girlies were like, let's haunt
Well, it is a very matriarchal society.
Yeah.
So hence why Busha was, such a big part of. Oh, I don't know if I could say her name, but I did. But she was such a big part of her life.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So this is a female spirit of beauty, and it has a tragic fate. So they are water spirits, but they're not like mermaids. They still have legs and everything. They're just hanging in the water. Okay. And they are associated with women who died violent deaths by drowning, whether it be murder or suicide.
Oh my gosh.
Like, these are all just so violent.
What is this one called again?
The Rusalka.
Where did I put my pencil? I really want to look this one up.
Oh, right here.
Thank you.
I thought you were holding it for a second and it was...
I know, no, it's my vape. I know. I am, terrified of water, so I'm very interested in this one.
Okay.
That's, one of my biggest fears. So.
Yeah. So there are also some stories around this where it applies to unbaptized children, because Christianity.
That's such a rough one.
Yeah. But so these spirits are said to have really long green or blonde hair. They're very pretty.
I love that.
They wear flower crowns.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, they're real cute.
Would they be like water lily flower crowns?
Oh, I don't, yeah.
Because they're water,
Little
lily pads.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be so cute? Sorry. I got it together.
So what they do is they try to lure men, either to enchant them or to torture them. Again, both ends of the spectrum.
Right. Are you willing to chance it?
Yeah.
That's like Poland's motto.
Yeah.
Are you willing to chance it?
It really is.
It could be real good. It could be real bad. Are you willing to chance it?
Genuinely. Like,
there's no happy medium.
No, you're either dying or you're having the best day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You willing to chance it? I just imagine some little Polish busha just. Are you willing to chance it?
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this.
That's what they say when you get off the plane in Poland.
Right. You willing to chance it?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. So if they're enchanting men, they're hanging out, and if they lure them to torture, they drag them into their watery graves. And that is the thing that also depends on what region this tale is being told in, so it, depends.
Now, when they enchant them, it's just like a enchanting...
He's still kind of going to his watery grave. Like, he's not alive after this. It's very, siren-y.
Yeah, either way?
Either way.
Okay.
Yeah. But
one he dies,
one he's
sadly.
having a good time, the other one he's just being tortured.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so this one's kind of a little bit either way, bad.
It really, either way. But there's a period, which is kind of interesting to think about. It's tied to women who have drowned and now they're calling men. So, is it the, male, suicide thing that's not being talked about, but just drowning or something? Yeah. Because everything's explained somehow.
Yeah, explained somehow.
Not by folklore.
Yeah, but this is just all witchcraft, you know.
But this is something that I thought was fun.
I like that.
Was that there's a period in early June known as Rusalka Week, and these spirits are believed to emerge from the water, and they dance in the moonlight, and any person that joins them has to dance until they die. So, don't be dancing with these spirits.
I wonder if they caused the dancing plague. Do you know the dancing plague?
No.
Let me write that down. That'll be something I cover later. That one's a fun one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And then the week after they do their little dance, the grass grows thicker where they were dancing.
Oh my gosh.
So I thought that was so sweet and cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
With their little lily pad crowns.
Yeah.
I love
It's really cute.
I like them.
Speaking of water spirits, we
Another
have a male water spirit. We're getting some men, and I have a picture of him.
Good. Does he have a fucking beak? You're laughing because he does.
No, he doesn't have a beak.
Does he have...
Where's a good picture of him? Okay, so his name, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's Vodnik, something like that.
Vodnik?
And he's a male water spirit, and he controls a body of water. So he's not... He's a little bit different, but I have a picture
More like
of him.
Poseidon.
I have a picture of him. I'll post it when we post this episode, but the women are so beautiful, and he is very beer belly, beard frog vibe.
Okay, when you talk about this female spirit, you're talking about these lily pad crowns and everything, and you're like, now I've got a male spirit. Let me tell you about him. That is the last thing I expected you to turn around
He's
and
not
show.
very male either, like, presenting, like, you wouldn't immediately think man, you think frog. Amphibian.
Amphibian.
Yeah. With the beard.
Something blobfish, maybe?
Yeah.
Little blob with a human nose.
With a human nose.
That's the only human thing about him.
Yeah.
Is the schnoz.
Yeah. So he's often depicted as naked, though. Because men. Mm-hmm. They can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Women can't. They can.
Yeah. So he's naked and has a pot belly and a long beard. And he's hanging out in the water. But when he's angry, he breaks dams. He washes...
I thought you were going to say he break dances. I tried to get that out of my mouth. And I was like, oh, so we have one that dances, one that break dances. Okay.
Imagine him being angry and just break dancing. That's so funny.
It would be like the break dance that happened at the Olympics this last year. That's what it would be. 100%.
Amazing.
He'd probably do better.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
I don't know what he's got going on.
Yeah, well, I didn't see his legs.
Which is, like a naked frog, man.
With probably an alien appendage.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah, so he'll either break a dam, he'll wash out some water mills, he'll drown people and animals. He has rage. And he can make the water do what he wants it to do.
Wow. Rage problems.
Yeah. So the way that, like, fishermen can appease him is to give him sacrifices. Because, again, everybody's getting bribed. Mm-hmm. All of these spirits.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? They're
what
just
kind of sacrifices? You don't know. This one, probably animals.
Yeah, probably some animals. He wants something.
Yeah, ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, and apparently he also has colored ribbons that he uses. And he'll try to, like, use them to, like, lure people and humans to the water so that he can snatch them. And instead of, like, just torturing them or having them enchanted like the women did, because they're having a good time, he takes them to his underwater, like, lair and makes them slaves for eternity.
Would you rather?
I keep dropping my phone.
Rest in peace, phone. Would you rather? I'd rather be enchanted and die. I think of the three, that would be the best option.
Yeah, honestly, like, let's go do a little dance. Make the grass grow.
Wow. And that is not a euphemism. Euphemism.
No.
That would have been so funny if I could get the stupid word out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Whatever. It is what it is.
Make the grass grow is not talking about anyone's appendage.
No appendages here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my little water spirit moment.
I like the water spirits.
How much
water is in? This is going to be a stupid question, and I feel like I should know this because I have family from there. How much water is in Poland?
I don't know how much, but I hear that they have really nice beaches.
I just want to see how much of Poland. I just want to see, like, on a map. How much water is around Poland? Like, less than a quarter of it is by water.
I'm sure they have lakes and stuff, though.
I'm sure, but that's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got lakes.
It is what it is,
yeah.
But it's just, okay.
Yeah. And the other, like, fun fact about, like, pretty much all of these is that they're just kind of, like, Slavic folklore, and so they have, like, different roots in, like, Ukraine and Russia and all of that as well. So
those borders have moved so many times.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really just, like, that whole that whole area.
They may have different names.
All of these, they just have slightly different names, but yeah,
same concept.
Same concept. Right. Okay. So now, moving from the water, we're going to go to the land, and we have Lady Midday.
Ooh, this sounds rough. Nobody likes midday. That's when you're ready for a nap. What'd she do?
That's so funny.
Because it's so true. Nobody likes midday. Fuck that. I bet she's an asshole. Am I right? You're laughing because I'm right.
You're just waiting for this.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah. So she has another suffering death, and she kind of ties in some ways to like the tale of the White Lady, which we're gonna get into in a minute. But like all of the White Lady stories is kind of just like this ghost who had like sudden death, died too soon, and is haunting a certain place. And there's like a million of those. I was trying to narrow down like one specific one that they had, and it was just like, we have so many white ladies.
Well, and I've heard of them like even in other countries too. So
there's a million of those. But so she is an example of that because she haunts the fields, and they're saying that she died in the fields. They don't have like a clear origin story on her, but she died in the fields, and now she's cursed to protect them and avenge her death. So she shows up at midday, which is the hottest part of the day,
when you should go in and take a nap in the air conditioning.
Exactly. But she is another kind of like beautiful woman, and she's dressed in white, and she has little flower crowns, but her skin is rotting away. So she's like very skeletal with all of this beauty around her, but she's still very enticing.
I love this.
Yeah.
I do love this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to meet her at midday.
No.
But like,
yeah. But she appears in the middle of the day, and she either tries like talking to people and asking them really difficult questions, or just holding like a really long conversation with you. And if you fail to answer or try to change the subject, she will either strike you with illness or cut your head off. Again. 0 to 1.
Are you gonna chance it? You want to chance it? You want to chance it? All right. Okay.
Like all of these is. I have one coming up that I'm so excited for. That 0 to 100.
These are all 0 to 100.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground.
Well,
Lady Midday has no midpoint.
It's really funny because like I think we've had this conversation growing up. I always thought that like. And I'm not saying that I didn't have a great family. I did have a great family. But growing up, my family is very Polish, Ukrainian, whatever. And I thought I had a very loving family, you know, whatever. I'm not saying that I did not. But the older I get, the more I realize my family was cold. Like, they were very cold comparative to other families.
Yeah.
And I love them very much. But then I hear this shit and I'm like, huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Want a chance? Nope. But okay, so what's next?
Yeah, so
Lady Midday.
Since she's shown up in the hottest part of the day, she is like the personification of heat stroke. So that's kind of like, she serves as more of a warning and a reminder for workers to like take your nap, take a break in the middle of the day.
She's not that bad.
No, she's there for more of that reminder that like don't work yourself to death. She's out at the hottest point of the day, and she's also there to like keep children from straying too far away.
So she's a hallucination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a mirage.
Right,
okay.
right. And a little fun fact about her was that she loves to dance.
Why do they love to dance? I love this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
She loves to dance, and if she sees a girl lying down, she will wake her up and try to persuade her to dance. And if the girl agrees, she's going to be forced to dance till the evening. And while Lady Midday can't be beaten in dancing, no one does better than her.
No.
If the girl, like, if they find the girl, like, that stays and dances till that point, the noon spirit will present her with a rich dowry.
Oh. I love this. That's so cute.
I just thought that was, like a cute
So once again,
fact.
Midday is for napping.
Yeah.
You go lay outside.
Yeah.
Then she gonna wake you up. Then you just gotta dance your little ass off until nightfall.
Yeah.
And then you gonna get some money. See?
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah.
I was wrong about how she was bad. But...
Yeah. Take a nap. Mm-hmm. Don't be outside all day.
No.
Everybody needs breaks.
Everybody needs a break.
Yeah, that's what she's there for.
I like her. Lady Midday.
She's cute.
Okay.
So to the White Lady now.
Okay.
Okay, I have a very specific one that I found. Okay. And I thought this one was just kind of so funny to me.
Oh, okay. Like, is it Polish specifically?
It is specifically Polish. So there's this castle in like southern Poland. It's like a cute little fairy town, and it is where Queen Bona, 16th century queen, who was apparently, I kind of looked into her a little bit, and she was like super powerful and is known to be one of the most calculating like female monarchs ever.
I would love to do an episode on Queen Bona. I'm gonna write that down. That sounds great. Okay, go ahead.
So she was also, just cute little fun facts about her,
Mm-hmm.
was that she was the only Italian to be the Queen of Poland.
Oh, wow.
And she also brought celery, leeks, and lettuce to the area during her reign.
Oh,
So without her, we wouldn't have had those foods in Poland.
Oh, that's great.
I think
Everybody likes leeks.
Yeah. So you know who really likes leeks? The water spirit.
The water spirit loves a good leek.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a good one. That was really funny. That was good. Okay.
Yeah. So she was really powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but she was apparently a daredevil. And so this is the funny part to me, because the castle had like a terrace or like a little walkway or whatever that they would have the guards posted. And it was like really narrow so that if they fell asleep, they wouldn't. Like, you just poop, die.
Oh, shit.
Don't fall asleep.
Okay.
Do your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like,
Not
real
like
intense.
Lady Midday.
No.
No breaks. Lady Midday does not visit these men.
No. So they had this like really narrow ledge, and she apparently like liked to take her horse up there and ride her horse around this ledge. And it was something that she just did for funsies all the time.
That's Game of Thrones shit. Like,
Yeah.
that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, so apparently when someone upset her or did something that she didn't like, they would bring her up to this little area and have them watch her ride her horse around it like 3 times, which when I read that, I was like, she's just having a good time.
Yeah, she's just being a show off. I love that.
Like,
Good
go
for
her. So then after they put the show on for them, she would challenge the person to do the same thing and be like, now your turn. You ride this horse around here. But not only, like, would they have 0 practice, but they would bring up another horse.
It's not even the same horse.
Not even the same horse. And this horse was fed alcohol.
So, like, she, like, sabotaged the fuck out of them, and they probably died with the horse.
Yeah. My question was, is the horse okay in general? Because I know he's falling, but you're also giving him alcohol. Is the horse okay?
No. The answer is absolutely not. No.
But what if he is? What if the horse was like, I know this game. You fall off, not me.
No, I don't think the horse knows. Because either way, he's drunk. So then a horse shouldn't be drunk. A horse can't give consent to be drunk. Unless it's, what's his name, Ed? Wasn't that the talking horse?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder how much alcohol it takes to get a horse drunk. And how were they like, you drink this? Or were they like roofing the horse? Like, here's a carrot.
How else are they gonna make a horse drunk besides...
You can lead a horse to water.
You can lead a horse to vodka. And you can make it drink.
In Poland, apparently.
Poland is fine.
Yeah.
Or there's many of ways they could have gotten him drunk, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. Like, did they inject him? I'm really concerned about this horse.
The horse died. Like, every time, I can almost damn near promise you the horse died. And if they didn't die during the walk, they probably... And I hate to say that, but, like, there's no way a drunk horse was able to make it around. And also,
Sorry.
Horses can't regurgitate. They can't throw up. So, if the horse got so drunk that it needed to regurgitate, which is what happens usually if things get overly drunk, which if you're giving a horse alcohol, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to overdrink it and it wouldn't be able to throw it up. So I hate to tell you, the horse was in bad shape.
But maybe, like, the horse was, like, going out with some buddies and was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was going out with some buddies.
No! I'm all for the queen. I'm all for the queen.
I gotta get this thing.
They brought us some leeks, but leave the horses. Like, I just wonder how many people this happened to. Like, where was the supply of horses coming from? I have logistical questions.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't often.
Yeah.
But rip horses.
Yeah. Poor horses.
Yeah, the horses, they didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
They really didn't.
No.
But they definitely didn't make it out of there alive.
Like, how did they get that? They also didn't have elevators at this time. In, like, 16th century, right? It's all stairs.
Stairs are a pulley system.
So
Would they have a pulley system?
the horse.
Okay, ready? The horse is like...
I was just like, how did the horse get there?
Well, horses can take stairs.
Yeah, I know they can, but like...
But can a drunk horse take stairs?
Exactly! Like how...
He didn't do so good.
Like how many...
I'm telling you right now, he did not win.
How many guards did it take? It's like the stereotypical like Polish joke about the light bulb. But how many guards?
How many guards does it take to get a horse up on a pulley system? It's an actual question, though.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, I don't know the answer.
Somebody email us with the answer. Do the math. Show your work, please.
And how much alcohol does it take to get a horse comfortably drunk?
Yeah, there you go.
Comfortably drunk, because at this point they weren't able to test comfortably drunk. They just were making it drunk. But how much alcohol?
It's like BoJack Horseman.
I don't know. Watch that.
Yeah.
So, that's Rizzo.
Nobody move.
You're like...
Had she been there the whole time?
Where'd she come from? Underneath the couch? Yeah. I just started walking. I'm like, oh, that's Rizzo. And you're like... She was hiding. Come on, Rizzo. Yeah. I don't know where she went. She's a shitbird. She'll get used to you, like, slowly but surely.
That was so exciting.
I know. That was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a chunk. She's so cute.
Beautiful.
I know. She's beautiful.
Did she go outside today? Sorry, this is like not...
No, she didn't. She didn't go outside today. Irene did, though.
Mm.
So she got a little walk. I didn't get a chance to bring Rizzo outside today. Probably will, like, tomorrow or this weekend.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice.
I know.
Okay. Anyways.
Back to the drunk horses.
So the drunk horses are just like fun facts, really.
I love the drunk horses.
Yeah. So this queen, she's real intense. And so her son apparently fell in love with this woman named Barbara, and she was like somehow she had connections somehow.
Barbara in the 1600s?
Okay, as I was doing this research, there are a lot of Barbaras from the 1600s.
Why do you specifically come up with these things that have, like, Jack the Ripper? His name was Aaron. Aaron? Like,
for real, though.
Now you got Barbara.
Apparently, I was looking at something, and the last woman to be, like, burned for witchcraft, her name was Barbara. There's so many Barbaras.
Barbara Streisand?
No.
That's the only Barbara I know.
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of Barbaras
wow,
at this time.
Okay. I thought that was like a 60s name, 50s, 60s name.
Yeah, this is like...
Wow.
We're...
Okay. Okay, Aaron. Let's go back to Barbara.
Yeah, so Barbara and her son, they fell in love.
Hey, Barb. That just sounds... Oh, my sweet thee Barb. Okay, I gotta get it together. What's next?
Well, I mean, like, you have Queen Bona.
Yeah.
And then you've got Barbara.
Yeah. Bona Barbara. Bona Barb. Okay. God damn it. Okay. So he wants to marry Barb.
So he wants to marry her, and the queen was like, no, can't do it. You're not thinking about the political consequences. There's more to this.
Her name is Barbara.
So the queen poisoned her. Because they got married out of love anyway, so the queen was like, I said no.
She killed Barb?
She killed her.
Oh, fuck.
I'm trying to think of, like, the really, like, red string up in my brain right now of, like, Bona, Barbara, poison, how, what's the joke here?
I know, and I'm like, I don't know.
No, I just got a lot of string going around.
Yeah. What was his name?
I'm gonna look this up really quickly. I had it. Sigmund Augustus.
There's a lot going on right now. So Bona had Sigmund. Sigmund married Barb. Bona poisoned Barb.
Yes.
Barb's dead.
Barb's dead.
Okay.
And so now the story is that Barb haunts the castle out of sadness. Because she doesn't have her love.
So is that even Queen Bona that won?
Well, wait. In addition to Barb, they say that the spirit of Bona is also riding her horse around the castle tower. And you can hear, like, the trot.
You know what? I hate to tell you, it might be one of those drunk horses that's just pissed off. That was its end.
Well, she's there because she's forced to, like, deal with her sins.
Mm-hmm. Good. And have to deal with fucking Barb the rest of her life.
Yeah. Well, the poison... Yeah. I said, when I was looking at that, I was like, okay, but, like, enemies to lovers?
Bona and Barb
sitting in a castle.
Sitting
on a horse.
Sitting on a horse. One is drunken. It's not the horse. Anyways.
Yeah, so this part, the poisoning part is really the folklore. The rest of it is apparently true.
Okay.
The poisoning, she didn't like her son was getting married and stuff.
Well, my question was like, what did Sig do after Barb died?
Moved on with his life.
Okay.
I don't know.
He wasn't mad at Bona.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really cared so much less about him and so much more about these horses.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just want to know if like Bona killed Sig as well.
No.
Okay.
The like actual like scientific medical research showed that like Barb actually probably died of cancer. She wasn't poisoned. Like, it was just what happened. But because it was just, like, so random and they didn't like her, they were like, you did it. Ghost.
You did it. Demon.
Yeah. Like, that's... We don't know how she died. Your mom's the devil, I guess.
Yeah, Bona did it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Another
Barb.
innocent woman being convicted.
Well, hold on. To be fair, Skirt, she was roofing horses and making them jump off of a castle.
So next we're going to talk about...
I'm just going to start sending you... I'm sure that there's memes of drunk horses somewhere online. I'm just gonna
Drunk horse talk?
Yeah. If I end up on drunk horse talk... We're just going to start getting a bunch of videos of drunken horses. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so next we have demons, missing children, and missing people.
Oh, shit.
There's a lot more, like, spirits that are kind of like what we were just talking about, but there's so many of them. It's a lot of unexplained death. Like, they're really pretty similar, just different stuff.
Missing people is probably, like, one of my number one favorite true crime, like, sectors.
Yeah.
But I feel like all the missing people that I'm interested in are, like, ones that have been overdone. So, like, Maura Murray. I really want to do that one.
Yeah.
But, like, that's been done a million times. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I've got 3 stories for this one.
Okay.
The first is just a demon, and his name is Zmora?
Zmora? Okay.
Zmora. He's very sleep paralysis demon.
Okay.
So the idea in Poland is that people that are either, like, lost in a deep sleep or, like, in a coma or suffering some sort of disease, they are, like, leaving their bodies and going out to tire out other humans. So, like, their souls are the ones responsible for this. If you're in a coma, your soul is going around haunting people.
Becoming a Zmora.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they are trying to, like, get some energy, you know? Get a little jazzed up.
Oh.
So these demons...
Being like a vampire.
An energy vampire, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
So these demons like to sit on people's legs or chests and cause breathing problems or paralysis.
Sounds kind of, sexy. But that's okay.
Paralysis. Ooh.
I was meaning more the legs and chest, not the paralysis part.
Okay, I was really concerned about you for a second.
You're like, oh,
I was
God.
like, do we need to check in? Like, what? I know life is a little
somebody
hard.
sitting on my chest doesn't make you think that... We're fucked. We're both just fucked.
Okay, so they're more likely to attack if you're sleeping on your back.
Okay.
because, easy target. Your chest is just open.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to sit on your chest if it's up.
Yeah. They can also slide through your locks and keyholes.
Okay.
So they don't have to... Yeah.
Yep. And
they can either be invisible, or you can, see them as a human form, but they're kind of transparent.
Okay.
So... This is my 0 to 100 of how to protect yourself from these guys.
Oh, fuck.
Is you can sleep with holy water under your bed.
Oh, okay.
You can have a bird of prey in the vicinity, either having it nailed to your door if you're killing it, or just hanging out. Or
alive or dead?
Either way. If you're nailing it to your door, dead. Don't have a live bird. Just
I mean,
and the third surefire way to get this guy away from you is to sleep with an axe.
Okay. What is with these? What is with this?
They're so normal for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Well, to be fair, I don't necessarily think nailing a bird of prey to your door is normal.
No. It's not. But
I don't know.
Sleeping with an axe is just you can have holy water or an axe. Pick one.
Yeah, which would you rather?
Yeah. All Polish folklore is really just a big would you rather.
Yeah, it's a big, or you willing to chance it? Damn. This is a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if you have been visited by one of these guys, to avoid further visits, you either need to change your sleeping place and sleep on the couch instead of your bed or something, or sleep on your side for 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
Now, in addition to visiting humans, though, I didn't even realize that they visit, this ties to the last one because they visit horses.
Why do they visit horses? What the fuck is happening? So what do? Is sit on all four of the horse's legs and just look at it? How do you sit on a horse's chest?
No, they do different things. If a horse wore pants, that's what's in my head. If a horse wore pants, but as if a horse was visited by a Zamora, would it be
would it sit here? Or would it sit here? Oh my god. Shit. Okay.
When you said that, I was just envisioning a giant net under the horse, and this guy is just stretching himself.
Just sitting there like a blob. Like the blobfish guy.
Yeah.
You can't move. I'm for real.
And the horse is I'm too drunk for this.
And the horse is I don't know how to sleep on my side. I thought I was.
And the horse is guess I gotta sleep with an axe.
Fuck the whole... So the drunk horse.
So if these guys are visiting a horse, the way to tell is the next day.
The horse doesn't come up and say, hey, I was visited by a demon last night. I need a shot. Wow, that surprises me.
Okay, this is... The next sentence I'm about to say makes me have questions, and I don't know the answers.
And I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah. So, you can tell that your horse was visited by a Zamora if they are exhausted in the morning, and also if they're sweaty.
Do horses not sweat?
I didn't know.
First question. What if they had a rough night? What if they got
a long face?
What if they went out and got drunk the night before and had to do some fucking dance and survived? Then they come home and they're like, oh, I'm so tired. And you're like, Zamora! And you're like, no.
Are the horses okay?
No. The horses in we need to remove the horses from Poland. And I mean that respectfully, Poland. I don't think you're allowed to have them anymore.
But do horses sweat?
I would assume they don't regurgitate.
But do they sweat like dogs where they're panting? Or is it just like a liquid coming off their brow?
I was picturing more like a hippo where it sweats a different color.
I didn't know that about hippos.
Yeah, they sweat pink. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to show you
Okay.
two things. Hold on, horses. Yes, they do sweat. Excessive sweating can be a sign of underlying health issues, though. And then a swippo sweats pink. I don't know if you can really see it, but they like turn pink when they sweat.
Oh, I didn't realize that was them sweating.
Yeah, that's when they turn like
I just thought
pinky.
that was hippos being hippos.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, they get pinkied. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to the drunk
back
horses.
to the horses. So
yes, they do sweat.
if they're sweaty and exhausted, or if they have a messed up mane or tail, specifically one that's braided and really hard to untangle.
What if they just had a good night? What if they went on their drunk walk? Listen, I'm picturing the life of a horse in Poland during this time. It's not a great time, okay? They went out, they were forced to drink and get drunk. And they're just getting done with being an alcoholic. They just hit their 30-day mark, and they are forced to drink and walk in a circle and not kill a guy. Then they go out and they're like, God, I'm feeling really down about myself. And this beautiful girl horse, goes, why the long face? And he's like, well, So then they have whatevers. Then his mane gets messed up. So the next day he wakes up, he's tired, he's sweaty, and he's got a messed up mane. And they're like, dang it. And the horse,
I wish that went on for like 5 more minutes of this horse's life tale before you said demons.
Demons. And the horse is just like... I just picture the horse being like just visibly like, with the eyes wide and just, no. So, okay.
Yeah, so, and the really like mischievous demons would ride the horse all night. So you just like really.
So what do you do to heal the horse? You kill it?
So no.
Okay, that's
you
good.
can help the horse. You can protect the horse. The horse doesn't have to sleep with an axe.
Hey,
yeah.
good.
You can protect the horse by either hanging sheep horns outside of the barn, stable, wherever they're at.
Okay.
Cutting their mane real short, so giving them a bad haircut.
Okay, bad haircuts.
Or sprinkling them with salt water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a lot like more neutral.
Yeah.
Why not holy water?
Well,
Do the horses not need Jesus?
Yeah, the horses don't need Jesus. Now this poor horse, after everything that happened, and they're like, demon, he's going to get the stupid fucking haircut, and he's going to smell like salt water. He's going to go back to that female horse and be like, hey, baby, and she's going to be like, demons. He's going to be like, no. And then he's going to get back on the bandwagon of being drunk again.
He's going to get back on the horse.
Yep, he's going to get back on the horse, and then he's going to get reemployed with the queen to do his job as walking around in a circle.
Yeah. It's really, like, real big character arc. He was the horse that she was riding every day, and then he got drunk with the other horse. This whole story happened.
And then he was replaced with another horse.
I'm glad we're making our own Polish folklore right now.
He was replaced with another horse, and he was made to be the drunk horse, and then he got addicted to alcohol. And then he was finally off the bandwagon, and one night somebody came and was like, you bitch. And she's like, oh, come here. Walk this with a drunk horse. And he's like, I don't want to be drunk. Anyways, Damon. So, let's continue. So the horse guy.
Yeah, so that's my little...
So you don't have to kill the horses.
No, you don't have to kill the horses. That's my little Zamora moment.
Okay.
Now, I have to look up pronunciation. Because she's long. And I have a picture of her. I think this one's really funny, too.
I thought this one was really funny. I think all these are pretty
All
funny.
these are pretty funny? Yeah. The next one that we're going to be talking about is... I'm going to let you try to pronounce this one. I have the little pronunciation guide there. Jevazona?
Jevazona. Yeah.
Okay. So, she is a maternal demon.
Ooh.
And the people that are at risk of becoming this demon is midwives, old maids, unmarried mothers, parents, like pregnant women who die before childbirth or die in childbirth, and abandoned children that were born out of wedlock. So she's got a wide variety of people that apply to this to this position.
I'm safe. I'm a spinster. I don't have kids. So I'm good.
So she apparently lives near rivers and streams and lakes, all the water. She's hanging out with those guys in like the branchy, leafy areas, and she takes the form Her description is so funny to me. She takes the form of an old woman who has a hairy body, long straight hair, and boobs so big that she uses them to wash her clothes. That's like the canon description.
How do you do that? I would like to see how somebody washes their clothes with their boob.
Yeah, so I have 2 pictures of her.
One better be of her washing her clothes.
Well, one's like very happy, hanging out, right? Kinda.
Okay. What the? So we've got this happy hanging out lady. I'm trying to look at her. I'm trying to look at her boobs to see if they look weird. They don't really look weird. Happy hanging out, and then we've got Gollum.
Yeah.
What's with her arms?
Yeah, I don't know. But the little fact that they were like, her boobs are real big, she's washing clothes. I was just like, what? What?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why they felt that was necessary to add.
Okay, I'm gonna Google how you wash clothes with your boobs, but that'll be later. That'll be something for later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gross. So anyway, so
she's got these really big boobs, and she wears a red hat that has a fern twig.
Neither one of those pictures had a red hat with a fern twig.
This is the real deep.
What kind of hat?
Just a red one.
Well, okay, I see a red hat. What is the shape? I don't know. What I'm picturing is Robin Hood with a twig, but instead of a
that's
feather.
what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so what she does is she likes to kidnap newborns.
Jesus. Roll them up in her boobies. Run away, sir.
She can't put him there because she's got a load of clothes going.
Oh yeah, she's got the clothes going on, so she can't do that. Okay.
Sorry, my dryer's not done.
Ew.
Anyway, so she likes to kidnap newborns and replace them with her own children that are changelings.
Okay, I know the story of changelings.
Yeah. And so these specific changelings, they have
What? She doesn't have enough milk? I find that hard to believe. But okay, these changelings.
They have weird bodies. Nothing's proportionate really. They have really big bellies, and usually I feel like this kind of explains what was actually happening is that they have some sort of disability. So this is their explanation for that in my head. But so these changelings, once they get replaced, you know that they're not your children anymore because they're just wicked and they have spiteful behavior, whether that's fear of the mother or reluctant to sleep kind of thing. And most of these changelings die early in childhood. Mm-hmm. So it's real sad. But you, as a mother, you can do some things to protect your child. So the thing that and apparently this is still a thing.
Why not?
This is still a thing that people do apparently, is you can tie a red ribbon around your baby's hand. And that protects them. Mm-hmm. And then other lore was that you can have the baby wear a red hat.
I just picture a cute little baby with a red Robin Hood hat and a twig sticking out of it. That's so cute.
And you're also supposed to shield your child's face from moonlight. You're not supposed to wash diapers after sunset, and when your child is sleeping, you can never turn your head away. Those are the deep ones, but apparently tying the ribbons is still a thing that people do.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
if
you're sensing imminent danger, you can have St. John's wort as well, a flower. And if none of that works and your child gets taken, we have steps.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay, you can get him back. Oh,
you can get him back.
Okay.
But it's a process. So first, you have to take the changeling that she sent you and go to a maiden. Then you have to take a birch twig and whip the baby.
In front of the maiden?
Yeah. This is all happening with the maiden.
Okay. Then, the maiden is a virgin, for lack of a better...
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I was clarifying that for myself as well. So I just want to make sure.
So, whipping it with the birch twig.
Okay.
Then you have to take an eggshell,
okay,
fill that eggshell with water, and pour it over the child.
Okay.
And all of this time you have to be shouting, "Take yours back, give me mine." If you do that whole process, she feels bad, comes back, and returns the child that she stole to you.
Do you have to do it the day after it happens, or
I don't know, the return policy.
Okay, is it a 30-day policy, or 60-day warranty.
I would imagine, like, the first day you're like, this is not my baby.
I would imagine, but, you know,
Right.
people are,
Yeah.
I've seen weirder.
True. Right. Yeah. So kind of wild. I'm really stuck on the fact that her boobs are washing her clothes.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Like, the rest of it is weird anyways, but, like...
Well, I think you pictured it, once again, differently than I did, because you said by one of, like, drying it. I'm imagining, like, you know, like, the old type of washing clothes? Mm-hmm. Where, like, her boob is, like, rippled. And
she's, like, the washboards. That's what I was thinking originally.
Yeah.
Dryer kind of just came to me.
Yeah, I like that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how big her boobs are. Like, are there little doors that were...
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just, like, whoop.
Or, like, I was imagining, like, pull her nipple and then it opens up. She's a demon!
I know, she's
Don't
a demon.
ouch for her.
I know.
Don't ouch for her.
With her hacky sack titties. Hacky sack washable titties.
Yeah. Machine
I wish my boobs would just... See, you know what? This all ties back to the very beginning. Would you rather have an appendage that just does random things? Yeah, I want to have boobs that just randomly wash clothes.
Yeah. Actually, that would be real helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, though, is it, like, a thing that's happening, like, under your clothes? Or, like, can you go to work and just, like, be doing your laundry?
Oh, my God, that would be great.
That would be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or...
Then you can actually have a day off.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or is it something, like, where you have to sit and it, like, does it and you, like, have to, like, put all of your energy towards it? So, like... You know.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm just sitting on the couch kind of spaced out. What are you doing? My laundry.
Yeah. As your boobs just...
Hysteria.
Yeah, hysteria. Damon. The horse pokes its head out. Run. Run. Not good.
Horses and women just bonding.
Yeah. So in Poland, there's birds, horses, women, and... You want to chance it?
Yeah. Poland is just demons and horse girls.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Good for Poland.
Okay, my next one is an urban legend.
Oh, yay, okay.
So, this is the urban legend, and it's of the Black Volga, which is a car.
Okay.
So, this started kind of in Poland, but it also extends to a lot of other countries, like the rest of these. And it started coming up in, like, the 60s and 70s. Because Cold War, KBG, police, all of that kind of thing. Those specific groups were known for driving the luxury car, a Volga.
Is it like a Volvo?
It's like it's very like Henry Ford style-ish car.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Yeah, take us.
Ooh, very gangster.
Yeah, that's the word.
Very, like, 1950s gangster. Okay.
So, those groups of people were known for driving that car, and they were also known for doing, like, political abductions. So, if you were accused of being an enemy of the state, you might be taken. So, they started, like, a legend around this car that it was there to abduct and murder people, and it's this black car that has white detailing, white curtains, a white license plate, and the license plate says 666.
This is cool.
Yeah, and so depending on the person that tells the story, the person that was driving was either, like, communist police, Russian mafia, Satanist, or the devil himself.
I love that the devil has a gangster car.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass, actually.
Yeah. So as the legend goes, the victims that were kidnapped were murdered, and their blood was used to cure Westerners of leukemia. Other people thought it was organ theft, which also was, like, a thing that the KGB was, like, accused of doing, right? So, children are easy prey to this kind of story, and it's not just abductions that were happening, because they were also, like, finding bodies that were completely drained of blood later.
Like, these were actually being found.
I don't know. I tried to look into that, and then every time I tried to look something up around this, it was very, like, here's Holocaust facts. Which I appreciate the knowledge, but I wanted something different. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking for a different answer.
Yeah.
So, the way the legend goes, there's either two things that can happen when you see this car. So the driver's either going to come up to pull up to you and ask you what time it is, And if he asks you what time it is, you die. Or you get kidnapped. Or...
If you answer him or if you don't answer him, it doesn't matter.
Well, there's one specific answer that can save you.
Oh.
Yeah. But the other option was that they would drive up to you, ask you the time, and then say, tomorrow you're going to die at this hour. Like the exact time that you gave them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you answered, it's God's time when they asked what the time was, the car would drive away, they would vanish, you would be safe.
I really want to make a smart ass remark and I can't think of one quick enough right now.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. So this, like, kind of also, as, like, time went on, this car changed from, like, the Volga to an ambulance, and, like, it continued into, like, the 90s.
Whoa,
like, it's a
okay.
really recent, like, more recent
okay.
kind of thing. And a lot of people believe that this legend was spread by authorities because they wanted to keep people afraid and compliant.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. And that was the one that I was like, it really makes you wonder, like, where all of these come from, and, like, what's the real origin story.
Well, like, a
and,
lot of these urban legends, they have bases in some shit,
right, there's
you know?
something that, like, really made them come up.
Right.
So...
I think that's very interesting that they're
Yeah.
like, oh, it was authorities that made this happen. I find that very interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the Volga.
Yeah. That was, like, the one, like, real prominent urban legend that kept coming up, and I was like, that's really interesting.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So Polish folklore. That's what I have for this episode.
I love it.
I have a lot more stuff though, and specifically when it relates to vampires, because there are so many vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do a part 2 episode.
I didn't realize there was that many vampires in Poland.
There are so many.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited because, like, I did a little bit of research on them, and I had like 4 or 5 of them. But now I'm gonna do more research and like
better.
really get vampires going.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
I love vampires.
All the vampires. So part 2 will be out.
Can you do me a favor while you're looking this up? Can you find out if there's any Polish werewolves?
Oh yeah.
Just to see if there is any?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was a werewolf girly when I was younger.
Yeah.
Pre-Twilight, by the way.
Yeah.
It was Blood and Chocolate for me. I don't know if you remember that book.
Mm-mm.
That was my book.
No,
that
I
was
don't
the
remember
werewolf
that.
book that, like, made me go into werewolf love. Anyways.
Yeah.
I digress. Well, that was an amazing episode. I really loved that.
It was a lot of fun.
There was a lot that I didn't know. I can't wait to look up some of this on my own.
Yeah.
Poor horses, though.
Poor horses.
I feel bad for the horses.
Yeah.
But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and do the... Reefer review. I always say these backwards. The Reefer review. Okay, so I did the Trop Cherry Sativa Hybrid. I feel like this weed was kind of not the best weed that I've had. I feel like it was definitely like a mid-grade. For being a mid-grade, I'm definitely going to give it a 3 out of 5. But for being mid-grade, a 3 out of 5. Overall weed that I've smoked, like a 2 out of 5. It wasn't great. Unfortunately. But even though it's a 2 out of 5, please remember, it's still only puff, puff, pass. And then...
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
To that. Follow us on social media.
Mm-hmm.
StirThePot _pod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instagram, mainly.
Yep.
And...
we're going to try and get YouTube going. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll maybe a couple episodes in.
It's on our list.
Yeah.
And I feel like now that, like, there's one of us that's not a stoner, things might get done a little faster. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least somebody to hold me accountable.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and keep in mind, do you really want to chance it?
And stay dangerous.